Hi, it's Jürgen again, and I'm doing my daily video a little later than I anticipated today because I've had a funny old experience, and I want to name and shame someone here because my point of today's video is how human customer service is really important and how in today's world of uncertainty, it's even more important than ever. So who I'm going to name and shame is Samsung Australia. Their whole customer service process is an unmitigated disaster. That's right, an unmitigated disaster. So here's a very brief snapshot of my experience. My 2-year-old Samsung Galaxy S9 Plus yesterday decided that it was time to go dark. And what I mean by going dark, the screen is black, the device is on. People were calling me and the phone was actually ringing, but none of the controls worked. And besides, I couldn't see what was happening because the screen was dark. Okay, not a big deal. I need to get a hold of Samsung and get it serviced. Now, getting a hold of Samsung in today's situation was a major catastrophe. Half a dozen broken links later on their website, I finally managed to put in some details, even though I am a registered user and my device is registered there, but I had to put in all the details again. Finally got onto a chat. An hour later on that chat, I was informed that because by now we were past the office hours, that the texts were no longer available. Come back on tomorrow. Great. So that was today. Back on today, another hour and a half on the chat. Finally managed to raise a ticket and find out what I needed to do in this situation, because initially they told me, just bring it into one of our stores and we'll fix it for you. Okay, so I don't know where this person was that told me that information, but he obviously didn't realize that most of the world is in shutdown, just like we are here in Australia. And the Samsung store, I'm sure, doesn't qualify as an essential service, and so therefore that will be closed. Anyway, we got to the point of a mechanism whereby I can take it to the post office and send it back to their repair workshop. However, before I got to the post office, which is open, by the way, because it's an essential service, I get an email saying, please put your credit card details in, payment has failed. Now, they didn't ask for payment when I lodged it because the device is actually just inside the guarantee time of 2 years. When I clicked that link to find out what in fact they wanted and how much they were going to charge me, because they didn't tell me that, another broken link. So back onto the chat, and again, another hour and a half passes by. And at the end of that hour and a half, we got to the point of, we have to cancel this first order because something went wrong with that one and we have to lodge a new one, but you have to wait 24 hours for the cancellation to take effect. So talk to us again tomorrow. Really? As I said, Samsung customer service, an unmitigated disaster. The technology doesn't work. The people manning the chat lines are obviously just following standard scripts. They're not using any initiative. I've figured out their designation for the various levels though. So I'm at level 2 now. So tomorrow I think I might ask for a level 3 person, see how far I can get up the chain. Maybe somebody will be there and will care about my frustrations and also the consequences, because here I am talking about this on social media, and I certainly will be very reluctant to buy any Samsung devices in the future because I know what I'm going to have to go through unless they get their act in order with any service needs that I might have. So Samsung, if you're listening to this, get your bloody act in order, right? Okay, now let's talk about something positive, because I actually want to leave you feeling motivated and inspired a little bit today. So I'm going to pick up my backup phone. Luckily, my wife had an old phone there. It's really slow and cumbersome, but it does work. I can make phone calls, and we'll be calling my clients to touch base with them and to make sure that they know that they're not going to experience that with me today. So that's my action for today, and I hope everyone is well. I did get out for my morning bike ride today, which was lovely. We're doing it solo now. We get on social media afterwards to compare notes, but we're on our own out on the road in this time of social isolation. And, of course, missing the company of the people we normally ride with and have a coffee and conversation with afterwards. So that connection is really important. So let's make sure that we bring that connection via phone, via conversations to our clients, and that Samsung experience is really bad. Okay, so if you want to have a conversation with me, no obligations, just to have another conversation outside of your four walls, to share your stories with me. If you've got a positive story to counter my bad experience there with Samsung, I'd love to hear it, and I'd love to be able to share it here in a future video. I think there's probably a lot more positive stories out than negative ones. It's just that I happen to land on that one today. So as I say, go out and start those conversations, throw the scripts in the rubbish bin, and let's make marketing and customer service human again. Keep well, stay well, look after yourselves, look after your families, and keep being awesome. Bye.